Hi everyone, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS Networking 102. We're going to be doing 2.2.4.9 packet tracer video, configuring a switch port security. So just to get started on this, we're going to go from the part 1, access the command line for switch 1, and enable port security on fast Ethernet ports 01 and 02. First thing we would have to do is get into switch 1 and go to CLI and then enable the switch, then go into conf T. That would be your next one, and we want to do the interface range ports of 0, 1, and 2, so you would type in enter, INT for interchange, and then range F0, 1 space dash space 2, enter, and that would take care of that. Now you have to set the maximum so that only one device can access the fast Ethernet ports of 0, 1, 0, 2. But before we do that, we gotta just put the security on. So we type in switch port dash security. Now always make sure your spelling's correct. You do that, we've gotten the F10, F0, 2, and 2, 0, 1, and 2 ports secured now. Now we need to do the maximum secures on B. So the code for that is switch port slash security maximum 1. Enter. Secure the port so that MAC address of a device is dynamically learned and added to run configuration. Here's the code for that. Switch port security. This one is MAC address sticky. Now always make sure you're double checking your codes, because right here I actually need the slash right there in the middle. Looks good, switch port security. We're good on that. Set the violation so that this fast Ethernet ports 0, 1 and 0, 2 are not disabled when a violation occurs, but packets are dropped from an unknown source. Here's our code for this. Switch port security. See, something's not right. I missed my C back here. Switch port security. Violation restrict. Violation restrict. Take your guys, take your time with typing, because if you type incorrectly, you're not going to make it to the next step. For the last part, E, for part 1, disable all the remaining unused hosts. Use the range keyword to apply this configuration to all ports. So the range that we're going to want to use is int range F0 slash 3 space dash space 24. We want to shut down this range from 3 to 24 on the interface. And then you hit shut, and you pretty much just shut it down in S1. Now that we're done with this, you can see we're already at 84% completion rate. This whole part takes up a lot of this assignment, but there's still a lot to do. But now we can get out of our switch and we can go to PC1, and when we get over here to PC1, we have to follow the first step of part 2, which is from PC1 ping PC2. Go to your desktop, go to command prompt, type in ping, and we're trying to ping PC1. We gotta go 10.10.10.11. You're wondering where I found that? It's right here for PC2 IP address. So we hit enter, and we're getting the replies that we need, and it looks good. So close the command prompt out of the PC and go back to your switch. Now that we're back in the switch, we want to show run on this. Hit a show run. Actually, we're good. See that we're already at 98%. We're almost completely done. Okay. Verified port security is enabled and MAC addresses of the PC1 and PC2 are added to the configuration. Now we gotta attach the Rogue laptop to any unused switch port and notice that the link lights are red. So we're gonna connect the laptop with a copper straight cable. Click right here. Right here. Use fast Ethernet. And use port 3 for now. So we got that connected. Go back to the switch. Go back to CL. And we want to exit. Actually, we just want to go to conf T. So that's not going to work. So we'll exit. Then exit out of this again. Now we're back to our switch. Conf T is where we want to be at. Now we're in config mode. And we want to go interface F0-3/3. Enter that. And by the way, not to get ahead of ourselves, but enable the port and verify that Rogue laptop can ping to PC1 and PC2 after verification. Shut down the port connection to Rogue laptop. Before we get to that, we gotta just do a couple more steps here. And after I do the interface F03, we want to do a no shut right here. So type in no shut. And see that it shut it down and it changed state to up. We wanted that to be running up again. Now, let's get out of the switch. And you'll notice we have a connection, but we need to go to our laptop to complete this assignment, because now we need to disconnect PC2 and connect Rogue laptop to PC2's port. Verify that Rogue laptop is unable to ping PC1. So the first thing we should do is go to our laptop's command prompt inside here, and we're going to ping PC1 and PC2. So ping 10.10.10.10. There you go. Let that reply and get the bytes out. Then we're going to ping PC2, and the IP address is 10.10.10.11. So you let both of those ping, do their thing. Then we get out of the command prompt, because they both ping. And the next thing we want to do is connect PC2